Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Well, hey there, where have you guys been? I'm just joking. I couldn't think of another clever way to bring in an intro to a video other than that. But hi, I'm back. I'm Dylan Pett. This is Speed Trends Racing. I haven't been on in about YouTube wise in about 3 months or so. I could just give you the short answer of life, but I've been doing some really interesting things, especially with money. I wanted to stay super focused on getting on like as close as I could with debt being zero, and I have a little bit extra money. And you know, this is Speed Trends Racing and it's a shop, and the last couple months or so I've been making some good investments, bought some cars, sold them, stuff like that. And I have got like into a rhythm now where I'm making, you know, some money here and there and stuff, and I'm in enough places that I can start feeling like I can take on doing YouTube, because I want to do it and I want to give you guys 100%, you know, because it's not worth doing anything unless you can give it 100%, right? So this is where I'm going to start off this video, is just like reintroducing you guys to the shop again. So let's go and start that. It's gonna be fun. So this seems like a pretty good spot to start. So this is the front of the shop. Nothing's really changed, you know, flower in the garden popped up pretty much. And here's the daily. I'll go and talk about that here in a second because I want to focus on stuff on the side. So I had been working on this for a while. Me and my dad wanted to have some more space to put cars, as you can see over here, and use it for rental space. So me and my buddies Trevor and Taylor, they rent out this space, and so that is a positive towards Speed Trends Racing, and I charge a certain amount for space over here, so that's real nice. And then of course we see my 1972 Chevy C30 on a trailer, which is kind of unusual because one of those financial decisions that I made is I sold my truck. I know it's like, boo, why the heck would you sell your truck? But here's the thing. I got the thing for free 2014, I believe, and I was given it from my grandfather, and he gave it to me for free, and he gave me one rule: if you were going to sell it to a family member. So I sold it to my dad, and he's just been, I mean, it's basically in the same spot, just on a trailer, and it's got a couple more things on it. That's how I think about it. It is missed, but it's right here. If I ever want to not miss it, I can just look at it right here. So here's my dad's wagon, bone stock, still sitting here. We just crank it up, let it run every once in a while. And then we got the wagon. Okay, so this is the thing that has stopped me in my tracks for like a very, very long time. So this thing, I was driving around since last November with no power steering at all, because I had a seal that was down inside the power steering rack that I couldn't get without taking the whole thing out. So literally 4 or 5 days ago, I replaced inner and outer tie rods, power steering rack, the inner outer, high and low pressure hoses, all that. So now this car has brakes that work, which is like a totally normal thing. Brakes that work, power steering works, it doesn't leak like crazy and everything. So it's like I can trust it again, because there has been probably about 2 years of constant things breaking on it, and I just had to get it to where I can just go and drive and like only worry about it just a little bit. So that was one of the big things that was taking up like all my time the last couple months. So I got that done. Let me take my glasses off real quick. That's better. So now that we're inside the shop, I'll give you guys a tour. I've done a lot of little things in this shop to make it nicer, because I'm trying to make it where it looks like a nice shop that everybody wants to go and get all the tools and work on all their things here at the shop. That's what I want to do. So I do have some extra space right here. Toolbox is in the same spot. Filing cabinet is in the same spot. I got a new workbench. The last couple months I've had probably 3 or 4 different trailers that I've bought and sold. That'll be probably for another video. Maybe it's on this one, I'm not sure. But I went and I wanted to get a workbench. So I got a nice workbench and just jacks, jack stand press. I went and I got a shelf so I can put all my parts that were over there and like kind of sort them out. So I have like my son's ATV tires, a bunch of D-series parts, D-series valve cover. There's an old school like 1.5 like 87 SI Civic valve cover, Chevy valve covers. Here's, you know, the turbo, if you guys have seen, that's like just a Caterpillar turbo from off of like a big, I don't know what they're even called, doesn't matter, because got all the organization. Also, we got Carson's quad. I really want to get this thing going again. We didn't really get to use that for that much this year. And then of course, here's like, you know, just a bunch of things like, you know, here's this hood that I've had that I got in a front end collision in my wagon, and don't really know what to do with it, but I can't get rid of it, you know. And then a huge jack from way back in the day that my cousin gave me. But I know that you guys are probably like, man, the best thing you got here is this lift, right? Well, I love this lift, but here's the thing, is I really, as much as like it hurts me, I thoroughly enjoy being on the ground and just doing it old school. And I rarely ever use that unless I'm doing a super duper big job. Like when I was doing the power steering rack, I was like, you know, I want to get this done in a couple hours, and I got it done in like, felt like a record to me, like 6 or 7 hours. So I got all that done. So now we're over here. Oh, that's bright. So I got all the stuff to wash a car, all that stuff right here, looking really good. Just don't look at it too hard, you know. Trash is kind of like, eh. There goes my dad. See you later, Dad. And then we got, I don't know which way should we go, left or right. I know you guys want to go here because that's where the hatch is. So I have this random couch. This will make more sense when you get farther around the corner. And then oh man, this is super nice. So I have taken a whole bunch of pictures from back in the day, and I put them up on this wall, kind of just like reminding me of like all the things that I used to have. So back in the day, I had a Miata, then I had a couple bikes, then a 4Runner, then my Del Sol Sama Green SI, super low, very cool. Then there's my truck, and then forgot about this old Nova I had for about 3 months. But anyways, that's a cool wall. But here, baby, is the hatch. Oh yeah. I know as much as you guys want to know everything that's happened to the hatch, oh man, like not much has happened, but I'll have to explain that on a different video because it's gonna just take a video itself for all the things I want to do to this and in the future and stuff, because all good stuff. But we're gonna keep on going. And then I got one of my son's not Christmas presents, what am I talking about, one of his birthday presents for this next week. I bought him what do you call it, a punching bag setup. And then this is my dad's tire collection for all like the stuff for his sand rail and Banshees and stuff, bikes. Let's go over here real quick. So I know what you're thinking, why in the world do you have California Speed, a video game cabinet, inside your shop? So my dad, he had this inside of his house, and he's like, you know, do you guys want to bring this down and use it in the shop? I'm like, well, I guess as long as it fits. So it does work, unlimited tokens. Oh, it's the business, right? But go over here, and we got the bathroom, and the only thing I'm going to show you guys in this is that I actually got water plumbed from the sink all the way up there, and then across, and then to the hot water tank. And like, I am not a plumber at any means, but I was so like, dude, I got my own sink, because you hit the water, boom, you got water, you can wash your hands. The only thing is that I have not done the drain yet. So yeah. And this is definitely like level 2 chill room, video game room status right here. So the last, I don't even know, like last year or so, I went and I got couches with the trailer. I got the fridge set up. I have all these different Volkswagen magazines from my childhood. When I was like 16, 17, my uncle gave me a subscription, so I used that as decoration. And of course, you gotta have, you know, your Xbox 360, can't even talk, Xbox 360, home theater, flat screen, all the Hot Wheels for more decoration. We have heat and AC over there. Well, actually, I got just AC for now, but this is a nice room, dude, because there's been times this last summer I've had car meets, and this is definitely the hang spot. And man, oh, and then like my pride and joy, this is a original Speed Trends Racing jacket from back in the day that the guys, Ron Bergenholtz and Tom Young and all them, one of those guys named Tom Young, he gave me this jacket and donated it to me, and I just am super duper thankful for that. Thank you, Tom. And there you guys have it, a small tour of the shop. There is other things that I could talk about for hours and hours and hours, because I'm super duper excited to be talking with you guys, making videos again, and I'm like thoroughly enjoying doing this again, because I feel like this is what God wants me to really do, and I'm gonna really focus on it this time. And just thank you guys all in advance for all the support you'll give me, and all the likes, comments, subscriptions, all that stuff and everything. But like, I'm so glad that I feel chosen to do this, and so I'm really just, what more can I say? I'm just excited, guys. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys real soon. I promise this time. Like, I actually genuinely promise.